Well, hello everyone and welcome yourselves back on into Kaiserpunk. The Brits in the middle of Europe having some fun and getting ready for some bigger expansions across here. Now, since the last one, we have done a little bit and I've organised through. So you'll see through here, we've got to just fix the building not working properly, but we have, in fact, embedded all of the required schools and police stations next to the record shop in the middle. So all of the labours have what they need bar the, well, they'll have the elementary school when it's working. So we'll sort that one out now. Police station, actually, these guys don't need one, do they? So I can move that one out, which is great because we were going to set one up over here. We have this police station. So I think, in fact, I can get rid of that one. And we can move one in, which is really, really nice. So yeah, we just basically did a bit of a tidy up exercise. So it didn't look so bad in there. Now this one doesn't have a power substation, so we'll quickly get one of those in before I just show you the rest as well. And we just need it to be able to reach, and I think that's as good as we need to do it. So we'll just put that one in the corner. Now, as you can see, our income is tanking. I'm working on it. I've been pausing some non-essential buildings and things like that, but over here we also have a setup for these guys. So we're slowly building out the blueprints that are required. So this is improving the manufacturers and stuff, but that is the radio station going in there. So we've tidied it up. We've got a radio station in the middle. We've got the elementary school, the police station. So these guys have everything bar the high school, which is in fact over here. So I also need to build that one. And then all they will need, yeah, they're as good as new once we get that one in, which there is going to be a cost associated to these, but we will improve income as we get through. So one of the main things we'll need to do is make sure we're good. Now, I have done a few things. You'll see this extra flour. I've moved all the bread production over this way. Now, this fire station isn't going to work without a substation either. And we got a nice little slot for it right there. But thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. I really do. I really, really do. We've tidied up through here and we've just, yeah, kind of cleaned up everything. And we've got all of it going over here as well. So I've got some extra buildings down. We've got some extra veggies and stuff. So all the farms are looking good. And we've set up a bit of a galena area over here as well with some extra smelting through here. So we were down on lead. So that's the main thing. So we've got all of that going. Everything else is good. Wood production obviously is over here as well. And we've still got mass factory production this way as well. So I'm not going any further on that one. I'm also mainly going to be focusing on just getting our money back up. So if we come into resources here, I thank you for being here anyway, guys. Please do hit thumbs up. You see the diesel is down by -1. Clothing, we did pause one. I'm going to leave that. It's only -1 because we're at max. So I could probably turn off another one until that works its way down. And then we've got paper, radios, and steel. Now, steel is also at max at the moment. I've paused a couple of those. So we actually are good on production, so we can move in. So did it say, it said paper there, didn't it? So we've got 1, 2 paper mills. We're going to need another one, I believe. And they've, since the update, by the way, you can hover over the paper now and you can see how much you need, which is really nice in each resource. So temporarily we'll just slap one of these in here. And then hopefully we can keep on top of the newspapers. Each time, though, it is going to be a bit of a problem. So if I come in, we'll just double check their needs. All of these should go up. So they've got their clothing, they've got their papers, they've got everything. Now, the manufacturers are 100% here, 100% here. And education, we just need that high school in, which is going to cost us even more. But we should be able to get max taxes out of these, as you can see. So we're still going to be pretty big minus. We need to get on top of that. The only other way to do it is increase population and increase the other bits to do with these guys. So main thing is going to be increasing these guys. So I'm going to continue to build out with these, and with each one we should increase, as I say, with 80 in here, this 5.8k we can get just from that one. So it is quite a considerable amount you can get in, and same goes for in here. We can actually get 3.8k just by building more of these guys out, which we have a bit of room. I've now moved these guys over, as you can see, so we've got a bit of free space just to keep going over here as well. So I am going to go ahead and do that. Get a couple more of those guys in. They should have everything they need through here. So this is all going to increase taxes here. So look, we managed to gain about 7k already. And we do need the extra people anyway, so it is absolutely fine. And obviously these guys are worth quite a bit in the small houses as well, so But with each one we expand, obviously we're going to run low on resources as well, so we do need to be really careful. So we're keeping that in consideration every single time. Every time we do this, we are just looking over just to double check. So as you can see, gramophones, although we have some, we're not too bad. We can sell some of our excess stuff now as well, so I could get the dock in and sort that. But ideally, we just want to be building all of these to make sure we've just got enough anyway. So the actual income and cost shouldn't be too bad. And I've been upgrading the buildings to reduce running costs where possible as well. So there is this, just to reduce the actual cost via that as well, which does in fact reduce it quite a bit. So as you see, as these other guys immigrate in, we are gaining the money. So we did lose about 100k stabilizing everything, but it's absolutely fine. And you'll see how much plywood we actually got through is pretty immense. So just by knocking down the running costs of these, look, we're now going into a plus. So I'll just continue to kind of do that. I've been going through and getting all of that done. I'll just show you out on the world map as well. We do have some naughty navies and stuff coming on through, so we do need to be careful. This one is scary. So, how's it gone? Oh, it's disappeared. They've basically got a stack of destroyers, which is really scary because we've only got one destroyer in this this unit here. Now, we are able to, in 5 hours, is to carry units. So, I'm going to move these guys back, and we're going to populate the British Isles. And then next step is going to be to push this way as well. So we'll see what we can do. We're kind of cut off here unless we go to war. And then the next one is to maybe come down into Africa, see what we can do that way as well. So it's all going to be to do with that. Now, I don't know how it works to put them in. So we need to double check. But I think, can I grab one and put them into there? Or do they need to go to the edge? I think I might need to make the unit itself. Let's just keep a close eye on this. I think we're fine. If I come over to our battalion here, we probably want to make another battalion as well, but it's the running cost. You've got to be careful. I don't know if there is running cost for this, actually. So I might just grab another one in. You just stick it there for now. And then we should... Yeah, that's a separate battalion, so... Don't know if we do it from here. I basically just need to get my guys in the ships. We're still producing the destroyers, by the way. I'm not going to deploy any further. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out how we get one of the units into this one. I might just need to wait for this cooldown. Yeah, there we go. So you literally go the army, and then you click it. So it's now carrying the battalion, as far as I'm aware. It's kind of disappeared, so it must be... Yeah, there, look. So that, I think, is on the ship, but I need to wait. When I clicked it, I think it is. So we'll wait for that cooldown, and then we'll try and push them across. I think that's kind of where we're at. The next thing is going to be starting some of the production chains for these guys. Now, what I'm going to do first is, casually, you'll see some of our trees and stuff are missing, but we basically want to be getting this stuff in where we can. So clinic, hospital, all that sort of stuff. It's morale related. I'd rather go down into these. So we've got the luxuries there that we'd need. So I'm just going to check the clothing first, the fine garments. Let's go into this one. It's only other on the production chain. So we need silk. So let's check in on silk. Silk farm plus dye. So it will be silkworm hatchery, which we're going to need. So we're going to go and put these into our farm area. So we're going to need a new section. I'm going to go ahead and pause this one up. Got enough to build on this. I want to leave a little bit of space between each one so we can expand. Ideally, get some blueprints, right? But we can move this later on. So I want to be able to utilize the fire station and the other stuff that we've got here. So keeping that obviously in mind as well. I'm just going to do something like that. And then from here, I'm just going to bring this around. That is the absolute edge of the map there, so we can't go any further. So we're going to go with one silk, and then we're going to go blueprint. And just copy a few of these into here. So I'm just going to get something like this. Kind of touched in. And then this guy needs power, so we'll need a power substation. We'll leave this little bit as like a utility section. Perfect. And then we'll need to go find clothes once again. And we'll come into silk cloth. We're going to need the dye factory, which is using chemicals as well. So the dye factory, I might keep this up by the chemical stuff, or do we just use it here? I mean, we have room. I'm just conscious of our kind of factory states here. I mean, Eventually, I want all of the ugly stuff to be up here, so I might just start a brand new one over here, in all fairness. Now, I am going to get that one built. And what we do need to do is just keep a close eye on these. Plus 19, so we're absolutely fine to do that. We also need a water tower for these guys. I say, good news is we have a considerable amount of stuff. So I'm going to come out of blueprint a second. What else do these guys need? Yep, so we'll start producing that. Let's go back into our fine clothing here. So silk will require the weaver to work on that. So we'll need a brand new weaver section, which we do have down here. However, I don't really want to go too much further. So we're going to have 4 here, and this block is going to be for the weavers. For the silk, sorry. So we'll build 2 of these. I will have that one set as silk, but I'll have that paused for now. And then we'll just make sure this guy gets everything it needs. So once they come in, we'll have those requirements. It has its power. We're still good up here on that. And then we'll need the fine clothing. So from the silk, we'll then go into clothier, which we have a whole bunch of them here. I think we go with blueprints across the board here. And it fits in really nicely. So all of these are going to be fine clothes. So that should be absolutely fine. That has a requirement of these guys. I think we'll need to make sure our depots are all good. We have a third one over here that we can upgrade that also reaches. So we'll also go ahead with the running costs. Now what this will do, hopefully, it says negative for now, but as we build out these houses, it will give us a bit more here. So whilst we wait for that, let's just see. Are you guys in the boat? How do we know? If I move you guys... Ah, they are moving with it. Perfect. There you go. So they are officially in the boat. So hopefully I can take the British Isles. So yeah, I think what we'll do in the meantime is get a second battalion on the go then. So we've got one on the ground as well. And honestly, I feel like I'm going to go for a bit of light tanks across the board and then pounder guns. So what we'll do is make sure we're getting a good amount in here. There we go. We'll get 50 of each. Let me just double check the pounder guns here. We have absolutely everything for those, so yeah, we're fine on that. Good. Now, I do think we're going to need some kind of artillery eventually for that. But before I get any further, I want to make sure that we're getting everything we need for this. And we've got to be careful where production chain lies. Now, if I come in, we do have the top tier. These are technicians. We're not doing specialists yet, but I can get technicians high rises. These things look pretty damn cool. So, where do I want this? I think it makes a lot of sense just to get a couple of them. And these guys should bring in some pretty good cash. Looks like we'll just have to wait for all this and then the taxes as they come in as well on these. But the main one is just double checking these. So we'll need hospital, which is also going to cost money. Okay, I think these guys are ready, so we're just going to sail up here. Hopefully we can see what they've got and take the British Isles now. I'm hoping nothing attacks us. See this one floating here, look. We do have, obviously, got to wait another turn, but then we should be all right to, I think we go like that. So I think that now means the British Isles are mine. Lovely, so you can sail back now. On the British Isles, which I do need to put them back in, so we've just taken it. I'm going to go ahead and get... We're going to need a pretty big defense here. It's going to be pretty expensive, though. Anti-air, maybe? No, we'll go for anti-long range at the moment. No anti-air. And then I'm thinking Iceland. So I might go and hit those guys up with this whole thing. Now, it wouldn't be a bad shout to try and get one more destroyer in here. They've got an okay attack, to be fair. But, yeah, British Isles being mine is very good. So we have 5 little bits here. We're doing pretty well. Got most, well, pretty much all of Europe, actually, so... Very good. And money's looking good with those new houses now. We're on 7.4k, so these guys are probably getting what they need. So the high rises, should we take a look at these guys? Pretty nice houses, to be honest. As you can see then, these guys are going to go down to 0. Clothing hopefully won't, but we do need to work on radios and stuff as well. So I'm just getting them up. And what we'll put in here, gramophones is fine here. Hopefully the depots will sort that out. I'm pretty sure we're okay with them at the moment. And then this one is going to be... What is telephones? Plastics. We're doing telephones, actually. Anyway, then we want radios. And then we're going to need 2 more. I'm just going to grab another 2. I am going to stick a depot down here, but what I'm going to do is start building these out. I think I might just key across this whole river, if I'm honest. I think for now we're just going to mass produce them over here, though. But that one itself is going to be telephones. It does. I want to keep the utilities. Declaration of war. The People's Movement have declared war on me. Oh, hello. I think they're the one that's not that strong. Is that you? That's Zulu. That's Bolivar's Fanatics. That's the Russian Alaskan. Persian Lion literally owns everything, man. Okay, I found them. It's the Japanese Archipelago, however you say it. So that's where they are. Cool. So we're at war with these guys. That's fine. They're not too close. We got plenty of space between us, so no problem at all. Right, can I get you guys back on the ship? And then I'm going to go on up to Iceland. And we're going to try and raise another army. In the meantime, I'm going to continue to build this one out. And obviously need to make sure I'm upgrading all of our electricity here. There are a few that I haven't done, so it's worth just getting in. Because it's quite a cheap upgrade. Tedious, but cheap. Alright, should we take a look at the gramophones then? +1. Radios, -4. So let's go back to the radios, and this one is worth the upgrade. So we're just going to be running out of plywood here. Let's come back to the radios. -3. Quite a few of those that need to be done. So we've got gramophone, 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 radio, radio, telephone. Now, good news is we don't need that many telephones, so they are good. We've got a surplus of these, but we do need to increase our radios. So main one's going to be to copy these. We have a bit of a fire. Get one more set of radios here, and we should be good. I'm hoping my rubber and copper, yeah, they're both fine. So one quick upgrade on that. That should be radios. Once this guy kicks in anyway, that should be enough. There we go, +3. Perfect. We have a fire and we are nowhere near. Oh no, we're putting it out. We're fine. So, good news. Good news. Welcome. Oh, I love how the buildings are changing when you put these guys in. They're completely different. Look at that. Technician high-rise is gorgeous. So I got both of these coming in then. We should need to double-check these fine clothing just to make sure. Lumbers, so got to be careful because when they say 3.6, it just says negative. I probably need to turn some off. Meat, newspapers, rubber. Rubber I've paused, and vegetables I can do. So diesel's a big deal right now. Fish, clothes, artillery shells, and ale. I wonder if we have to fly to Iceland. I reckon we do. I'm going to try and come down to Africa then, because I don't think we can get across to Iceland, if I'm honest. And then these guys, we're going to continue to make an army over here. Hopefully we can get that training going of this battalion. And then we'll go with entrenchment as the upgrade. So they'll take half damage in their respective region as well. Now, diesel, I am ready to go further. I've just got to be really careful here. And we're taking a tiny negative here as well. I think what I want to do is turn off some stuff. Just double check how grain is. So +33, you see this? So I can go ahead. I'll probably just turn off that. So that'll save us a tiny bit of money. And it means the stock won't be so bad. Steel's also going to be the same. So we have plenty of steel mills. I've got one paused at the moment. If we go, we're on +69. So let's pause another. Probably get away with 2. +37, I can. And that in turn then saves the iron. So we're all good. So yeah, we'll just pause up a few. Just need to remember that we are paused on the steel here. We're okay over here. Production queue empty. Can we get some more destroyers? I think we'll do 6 more destroyers. And then here, we'll go for the deployment of said destroyers. Because I think we have enough in stock just to reinforce and have slightly better navy. Alright, so I've just gone through once more to make sure we're up to speed. It's just catching up now, so ignore the steel. That's because I'm at max here, so that should flick on and off. I've just built another rubber, so that's now going to be +3. Lumber is at 3.6, we're all good. Diesel, I'm going to build another one. And cloth is maxed out, that's why you're seeing those. So we just need to do ale and artillery shells, and we've met the needs, basic needs of these guys. So slowly going up, so we're getting in those taxes there, which is really good. So the other one, I think some of these guys might need a bit more power. So let me just double check here. Do you think the substations may well be maxed out? So each house, we can get another substation, which is a shame because these buildings are really ugly. So I really don't want to have to put them over here, but it's important that we do meet their requirements. So they're always, as you can see, taxes 8.2 of 8.6 on these guys. So I'm actually going to go ahead and build one or two more of these, but I want to build some roads out first. So I'm going to utilize, I'm going to put trees through there. I'm actually going to come off the back of this. Just build a bit of a block here. And same goes around here. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy. Can I copy these guys? Are they always going to be the same, or will they be random if I go through this way? Yeah, they're always going to be random if I do it like this, which is a lot nicer. Cool. So we'll grab those two in as well, which in turn will give us some more tax, as you've just seen. Again, each one, though, we do, we are going to need to worry about. But that's fine. Absolutely, absolutely fine. Let me just show you these guys now. We are weaker than General Lee, apparently. Diplomacy, we're good. We're catching up, actually, on the science stuff as well, which is good. But honestly, I'm just enjoying it however it goes. That's the whole plan. So, again, we need to move the boat then. I'm hoping I can come all the way down to Africa. And then we probably want to get a second fleet on this as well. But it's money. You've got to be really careful. But yeah, I have expanded everything I need. So the good news is I could, if I wanted to, go into the specialists. They have an interest, but I want to get these guys done first. So we could mix them in. I would like to see if we have any more decorations first. I think we have the flowers, fences. We do. We have a small park. Nice. Okay. This is a 2x2. Ah, okay, so we can slightly less uglify these bits. We'll obviously improve this when we can. The pond's not a big fan of. I think mainly is going to be trees. It's the best way. There we go. Just get some trees in there. Doesn't look too bad then. And then more of these guys. I think labour's unemployment. We are going to be upping that a bit more soon. So we do want to keep going with these guys. It's pretty dense and nasty, but we are meeting all their requirements, so we have a little bit of space. I think we just grab one more. We can go here and then some kind of park. So they should have all requirements met. Yeah, look at that, 13.9k now. Get 3.8k from one labour high rise, so it's pretty crazy. Now let's take a look at the grain, because they're still saying we're producing way too much. Plus 17, so I can probably pause that one. So that's plus 7. However, we do need to consider ale. So are both of these upgraded? The answer is yes. Let's get them reduced in cost. I just want to become a millionaire. And then I'm going to grab another brewery. I'm hoping I can fit them on the back of here, which I can. I'm going to pause that one. And I'm just going to bring the road around these guys all the way to the edge. This guy will need everything. It's got everything. Cool. It all reaches. So this one hopefully is still able to service. We'll just do the running costs and stuff as well. Look at that. We're plus 20.5k now. So out of nowhere you can just fix it up. It pays to be in a good position, right? Now, as you can see, we're now moving into some of the more technical production chains, and honestly we want to get these ready so you have a few of them. There is no need for some of them yet, but we can get into some better units, and one of them is going to be the aircraft. But before that, we probably want to get this trade port so we can make some money through selling our other stuff. And honestly, it makes sense. We have a warehouse over here. I'm going to go ahead. Where's the entrance point? I'm going to put it right here with the key. Yeah, that fits really nicely. So let's get the key across here. And then we'll continue with utility. I think they said power. Oh, power is because we've run out. So let's just double check our coal and power plants here then. So they're plus 240. We can get better output on these guys by a considerable amount. So let's do that. That one is good. Reduce running costs. Keep going on these. That did put us in a surplus, but I actually think I want to get one more coal power plant. Enemy army could be near. I'm going to continue on, though. Hoping I can deploy the other one soon. My guns are coming in here, which is good. So what do we get from the British Isles? We get grain, limestone, electrical parts, and transport. So I think because of that electrical parts, I'm going to go ahead and get a factory complex built in the British Isles, because that's actually quite good. We're not making those yet, so it'll be nice to have those ticking up, you know. It looks like the rest of our destroyers coming in as well. I don't know whether I start... Yeah, I keep those in there. We just keep that fleet going. Again, we were working on power, so water's also pretty low, so we're going to need to build this one, which requires glass. Interesting. Good news is we can go into glass here, and we can... How much does it require? 50. Holy crap, man. Yeah, we can say, let's have 50. And we're going to say, don't sell. We're just going to buy in 50. And then I'm going to go ahead. I think that's enough. We're going to need the road to connect these guys in. And then we're going to need power. I think the substation is maxed out here as well, so we'll get another one in. Again, just connecting them on this, I think it just makes a lot of sense. We should be able to fix all this, so... Very much on the brink of these guys. So a coal mine, another coal power plant, sorry, is a must. I'm thinking just to loop the road around, actually. It's pretty sensible. Let's do that. And we can fit like substations in the back. Beautiful. Look at the state of this ugly industry over here. Not where you want to go to work, is it? Looking down on the map as well. Things are looking pretty cool, man. Okay, can we continue you on? Oh, hello. Who are you? We could kill that one. Just to destroy it. Are we ready to fight? Or are you not? Oh yeah, we're just waiting on the cooldown. They are blocking us, so we are going to need to go this way. And the only way we're going to be able to get stronger, really, is to push this. We're going to need to build an airbase at one of these. And where do I put the airbase? I feel like here makes a lot of sense. We get airbase here. Serves a staging area for your air forces. You can only transfer squadrons to regions that have an airbase. So then we could use that with our other force to get over to Iceland. I actually am going to hit that one up, though. We'll start a war. Who is it with? It is. It's Colonel Vasily. Why are you blocking me? That's so annoying. I mean, we could. Is this him over here? This is him over here. How strong is he? 41,000. He's not that well, he's strong, but he's not that strong. Don't know. I'll wait. I'll wait. We'll get the second thingy out. We're kind of stuck unless we can expand into these regions down here. We will have to decide to go to war, and it just makes sense to go here. I mean, he has some pretty strong units if we look. Mostly, they're low-level pounder guns, but if we look on the rest, you've got heavy artillery here. Look at the damage, man, versus land. You need air, so the main thing is going to maybe be an army base that is the air. So, what do we have here? We have aircraft factory, shipyard. And hopefully that's the one. Airbase, yeah. Okay, let's try the aircraft factory here for some really cheaper ones. So where do we want to go? I think we go over here. So aircraft factory, air base. Let's get one over here. I'm going to slowly but surely get one in. What do they need though? Water and power. Of course. The water requirement's going to be pretty low. We're all good. So we're going to set up. Right, we can go airships, fighter plane, recon biplane, or blimp. Let me check out the fighter plane. Steel and lumber. Yeah, let's just go straight into fighter planes then. No idea how many we need. So we're just going to set up quite a few. Let's start with 100. Do we get a blimp? Airship. 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 Where are you? What I should check is from here, actually. So the airship damage. Damage versus land 10 to 40, 1 to 4. So fighter triplanes aren't that great, actually. Might go to the airship then. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. Let's go airship. We'll just smash out like 100 airships or something. We will need an airfield for this. And then we'll go... How many do we need? 5 airships for each. So we can queue those up ready. That's 25. We've got 80. Let's get 85. Steel, wood, and cellulose. Yeah, nice and easy to make. So yeah, pretty straightforward. And that does utilize our technicians now. So really, really good stuff. I am tempted to get in another one. So ideally then, we want to be as head of the game with these attacks and defenses against these guys. So let's get you in there. Get these upgraded. Alright guys, just been doing a little bit of pottering, nothing crazy. So all I've done is, well, just waiting for those blimps to go. I'm just chilling out and moving the army across. But I have put in these 2 munitions factories, one creating bombs and the other one paused. So just two creating bombs. We need bombs for the blimps. So that's important. And then just kind of getting things ready. So over here we have placed the blueprint of the hospital and the prison. Don't ask. And I put in a little bit of decoration around the hospital ready, so that won't look too bad. I'll figure out something because I feel like a prison will be a little bit out of place for these guys. So I might need to get a nice big wall around it of some kind. And then just been tweaking all of the different resources that we're running out of. So everything as we've expanded is getting a little bit lower. So we're just on that. So we've got juice, food rations, fish soup, clothes. So we're just kind of waiting. I'm starting with clothes because that is one of the money ones anyway. So here we are. We've got one blueprint ready for that anyway. So that, with an upgrade, should give us everything we need, he says. So we'll need to wait for that one to get its flow. And then that should be the 6 that we need. As you can see, we're down -6. But once that one comes in, it's going to produce 6. So I'm going to give it one more upgrade. So that should then be 7. So that's +1. So clothing done. That's pretty much it. So we've been buying in the glass. I've built in the second water purification now. So we're good on that as well. And we're still buying in more glass when we can. The rest, we'll kind of just wait. A lot of it is going to be to do with consumption and cost of workforce. So I'm just chilling out on that one. Now, juicery, we do have one over here, and it's not yet upgraded, but we don't have agriculture 9. So in order to improve this, it's just a case of another one. So we'll get that straight in, and we'll make sure this guy is upgraded, which it is. So we're all good there. Now, with that juicery in, actually, I think we're going to need... No, that's fine. Power and water. My guess is this water tower is maxed. Yes. Okay, so what we'll do is grab in you. Just put that water tower there, which should give everything we need for this juicery now. The juice should be good. Now, off the back of juice, there could be an issue with fruit. No, we're +10 fruit, so we're all good there. And then fish soup. So let's come over here. And soup kitchen. And we upgrade it. Agriculture 10, no chance. So we just need to copy in one more of these in there. So that should be everything we need on that one as well. So once we get that 8 in, we'll be in +4. Now the only difference is we are going to be down on fish. So I need to make sure the fisheries are upgraded. I'm not sure. Yes. We can hit those with that. And there's a +1 fish. I actually want a tiny bit more on this so I don't need to worry about it. So I'm just going to hit multiple upgrades, so that should then put our fish in a pretty good place. Yeah, +7. Lovely. So fish soup once again done. So we can tick that one off the list. Working on diesel, guys. I know. Artillery shells, that's because we're producing right now. So we're making the field guns, so we can just leave that for now. Food rations are okay. Lumber's not a problem. And steel, I will need to turn back on one of the steel factories, and vegetables. The vegetables being -1 is probably down to us. I think we're pretty much maxed on these. So I've been trying to go for the workforce reduction, so we don't need too many. But honestly, the amount of veg we need is just nuts. So we're just going to need another one here. And I think I'm going to go right in here. That's absolutely fine. These 2 depots are covering veg farms massively here, but those are good. So all fine and dandy. Now, in terms of deployments for the army, I'm slowly moving this one over. I'm trying my best. This one is really annoying. I'm so tempted to attack it, but I can move every time he does, so we're kind of just following him. I'm hoping he hasn't taken over all these lands, but it's... Well, Zulu Empire's here. My guess is he's taken over all of this, because I can see him up here, so we'll need to decide on who we want to fight. And honestly, it might just be a case of hammering out the army and just getting all army resources bumped before anything else, and then maxing out what we have, because we could attack right now. I'm just deploying. This is light tanks only. We're trying to get them in. Definitely don't want to attack that. Who is that? First Navy Chapman. That is a dedicated resource, actually, so we can get this leveled up. So, we only do 6. There's no point to that one. Obviously, we are carrying a pretty hefty army in here. I am deploying another destroyer to this one as well. So I'm okay with that. And I think if we do go to war, we just need to make sure we've got good guns across here, just in case anything attacks, right? That's what I'm thinking. That we could. And I mean, every one we take is a big blow to him. But I don't know. And the next one, I am going to put an airbase on the UK, I think. Or do we put it in Western Europe? I think Western Europe actually is the airbase. 60 glass, 200 plywood. So we'll be able to work on that one as well. All in all, I think we're okay. I mean, diesel, like I said, is the only one. Well, food rations as well. So diesel and food rations. And food rations are pretty nutty at the moment. We are trying to pump them out as much as we can. There are a few upgrades we can still do, but that one's our thingies, the rifles. What I'm going to do is stop producing the rifles, and I'm going to actually flip these to food rations, which is going to use up our thingies. So that's going to produce 13. So that's the -7. That'll be good. So bread and veg might take a hit. We just did veg, to be fair, but bread, bread, flour's okay, and then there it is. +9. No, so we're okay. We'll flip to the food rations. All good there. Artillery shells. Again, we are pumping through artillery shells over here. So we've got 1, 2 there. We could get a second, third artillery shell one there as well. The difference being will be the lead for this. So we will need to be careful. I think they're all fully upgraded as well. Now, we are going to be in a negative, so I am going to make sure we're upgrading running costs. And we do need those workers in, so I might put in a couple of reductions on these guys here for workforce, which has worked out quite nicely. And then I'm going to get one more house. So honestly, though, I think I need to demolish these guys and then get the bigger ones in. So that's exactly what we'll do. Hopefully we have everything we need. Yep, that's perfect. And we'll need a water tower. So honestly, I might put here, go utilities on the edge. Oh, I can't, it's red. Let's go in this spot here. There we go. That should cover everything. Might be time I get like a park or something over here. That might be the right play. Yeah, these guys are all happy. I definitely want to get those guys in a bit more as well, but I am still just taking my time. I need to get one more of these diesel factories in. We are upgrading them as much as I can. So I think I can go ahead and pause one of these or flip this rubber one over to diesel. +20. We are on +40, so I can probably just outright pause this one or flip it to diesel. I might do the smaller one. So we'll go over to diesel and then get that upgraded. We actually need another one as well, which is pretty crazy. But that is one for another time. So hopefully we've covered everything else. Guys, really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I think you can quite see the scale now. Everything's getting pretty crazy in our water here. This is looking pretty cool. I'm quite happy with this. So yeah, it's coming along really nicely. As always though, do hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you aren't already as well. Let me know your tips. I hope you're okay with everything that's going on. We're pretty happy across the board. So things are looking good. As always though, take it easy and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.